Sabrina Shimada.
I'm Brian Tong.
I'm Jeannie Mai.
And I'm Tony Wong. Welcome to Stir.
On today's show, we talk about money, what some people do to earn it,
And what it's like to spend it.
Now in Seattle, we caught up with Microsoft pioneer Scott Oakey, who grew up picking strawberries to help support his family. Now at age 43, this guy's a retired billionaire, and he's dedicated the rest of his life to giving it away. Sounds like my kind of man.
And we dive into the go-go world of day trading, which was a really popular way in the late 1990s to get a lot of money or lose it all.
and because for some of us, money is a thing, we take a walk on the cheap side of living with a look at that essential food, instant ramen.
But first, we decided to try a little experiment. It's easy to talk about living large, but what is it like to actually do it?
That's right, so we borrowed some Monopoly money and went on a shopping spree.
Welcome to the Stir Conspicuous Consumption Challenge, where we find out how easy it really is to spend $1 million on this episode of Stir.
Brian, welcome to the spectacular Imperial floor.
Wow, I like how it looks already.
This is Alexandra's, your party palace. What do you think?
Whoa, this is nice.
This is going to be the venue of the wildest party you could ever stage. I would love to introduce you to the king of catering of the Westin St. Francis Hotel. This is Duncan Reyes, who's going to help you plan the party of the year.
I like the sound of that. Hi, Duncan. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Brian. Nice to meet you. Welcome to Alexandra's. So let's start this party planning and begin with the bar. We can have some champagne poured to your guests as they arrive, and then we can even set up here like a full ice bar. We can set up a caviar station.
Another thing is food. What are some of the dishes?
So you can start off maybe with a lobster vol au vent as a hot appetizer, perhaps soften it up with a nice palate cleanser of a sorbet, and then get to the nitty-gritty, have a nice filet of black Angus beef as a main course, and a fabulous dessert to end the dinner.
One of my favorite entertainers is Usher. I mean, he puts on a great show, so I want to know how much would he cost to get into this room?
Well, he's easily $75,000.
We want ice sculptures of birds, of like curvy women. I mean, how much would that cost?
They can easily go as 10 to 15,000 that high, 15,000 for floral, and of course lighting plays a very particular part in the room design. That alone is about 20 grand. You're about close to $235,000.
I still need to find a place to sleep.
We've got the ultimate suite for you.
This is your spectacular two-bedroom Union Square suite, Brian. What do you think?
This is awesome. Now, I'm gonna be here for about 5 nights. How much is that gonna set me back?
We charge $3,000 per night for this great suite.
All right, well, hey, it looks beautiful.
Listen, have a great, great party. You're in great hands. Enjoy your stay.
Hi, welcome to Tiffany & Company.
Hi.
My name's Amy. What can I help you with today?
I was hoping you could set me up with some bling.
I think you came to the right place. Let me show you some things right over this way.
Everything looks gorgeous.
Well, I have a fabulous necklace and earrings from Tiffany's Nature Collection to show you. How about we try these on?
All right.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Solitaire, 3.5 carats.
I love it. How much am I wearing?
Necklace just around 50, earrings about 20, and a ring just over 150, plus tax right around $250,000.
I'll take it.
Perfect, let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Craig. Tony, welcome Lamborghini San Francisco. How are you today?
Good, thank you very much. Craig's gonna set us up with the Lamborghini Murcielago. This baby is beautiful, it's perfect.
It is. Just a little bit out of the price range where you want to spend. This baby's $300,000, but I got a car up here for you to look at.
So what is this?
This is the new Gallardo.
It's a Lamborghini Wild Child, right?
Child.
2004.
V10, 500 horsepower.
500 horses. What would this be out the door?
You're probably looking right around 225 out the door.
So that leaves about 25,000 left for a nice luxury parking space, lots of gas, and a new outfit for me to drive this thing.
And a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's go check it out
Have
inside.
a great time. Have a seat.
Hi, I'm Ling.
Hi, Ling. How are you? I'm John Taylor. Welcome to SP Aviation.
Thank you. So I have $250,000 to spend.
Okay.
How much would a beauty like this cost me?
About $3,000 an hour.
$3,000 an hour. That's about 83 hours.
You're quick.
Is that enough time to get around the world and make a few stops?
Oh, sure.
All right. Well, can we take a look?
Absolutely. Please help yourself.
Thank you. Wow, so this is it.
This is it.
Wow, this is amazing. And I've got room for it looks like about 6 friends that I meet along the way.
Yeah, you sure do.
Great. Well, let's get going.
Let's go.
So that's it. The 4 of us just spent about $1 million in one day, and I'm off to see the world. See you in about 83 hours.
I feel like I just woke up from a wonderful dream.
Or a nightmare. It actually breaks my heart that we had to return those cars.
Speaking of breaks, right after this, we're gonna check out the fast-paced world of day trading through the eyes of a guy who made a fortune, but not before almost losing everything.
Great.
Hey, let's hear what you think. I'm Franco Finster's Man on the Street. All right, it's all about the mighty, mighty dollar. If you had $1 million and you had one day to spend it, what would you do with it?
I'd go shopping at all the malls, all the heck expensive stores like Neiman Marcus, just go all out, just buy everything I can.
I would definitely pay out some of that tuition money for college, how expensive that is, and also put like a hardcore down payment on my parents' house, which I want to get in my house,
In 1998, Sammy Chua suffered a horrible accident. Stuck recovering at home while his savings dwindled, he tried his luck at one of the few things he could do to make a living without leaving his home, trading stock.
His first year was a disaster. With no prospects in sight, he decided to go for broke and put it all on the line as a day trader.
In just 6 short months, he made a profit of over 2,000% of his original investment.
Now, we got a chance to catch up with Sammy at his Encino, California home, and we talked about his roller coaster ride to riches.
Trade your rice cracker for that soda.
How about that whole bowl?
No.
Business was always something that our family did because it was always discussed at the table. My dad would come in with all these different deals and he'd be talking about elastic factory, a disc factory, a cigarette factory, and he's very excited. And so those enthusiasm about new businesses always, carried forward in what I do. I was 15, 16, raising poultry, right? I think I went ahead and did like 3 or 4 other businesses, small. I never knew that, new businesses had 90% chance of failing in the United States, right? My dad was, why are you trying to do your own business when in fact I have ready businesses? He's got 12 businesses over there that I can just give it to you and you can run it. I just could not. I just did not want to be under him. So and that's where I made my decision. You know what? Maybe I want to go do something else. So then I looked into day trading. It was very popular at that time. And I started doing it and it's like, wow, okay, I'm losing money. I'm not making any money, right? I started buying a lot of books. I think I went through over 80 plus books. The whole turning key was actually my wife. She came into me one day and said, Sam, do you know what you're doing? And it was a good question. It was over, I really like to know if what you're doing will work or not. From that point on, actually, I started trading in conditions where it's like, okay, I'm waiting for XXX, A, B, C, D conditions to come together before I will make a trade. And when I finally do that, it's like, wow, everything started clicking. I'll give you the most exciting, amount of money I made. On April 4th, 2000, the market crashed like this. It went on like straight down. Now stock went from $25 or $27 down to like 16 bucks. Yeah. I did not take an entry except when it came into $16 and I took like 5,000 shares. I was having fun. Actually, well, by that time, my account had grown well over, $500,000, so it wasn't such a big deal. In like 30 minutes, that stock went from 16 to 24 and 7/8. So it's like 40 some odd thousand dollars in profits in that short a period of time. There's a certain element of risk, certain element of gamble in trading for sure. But would you say the casino business is a gamble? They keep their risk small, their odds are in their favor, they'll consistently make money off of you. This is the side that you want to take. You make sure that all the odds are in your favor when you're trading consistently and you take a small risk wherein you're following all these certain rules. Odds are so much in your favor that the only reason that you're ever going to lose money is because you lack the discipline to follow through. You don't try to make a grand slam, a home run on every trade. You'll never wipe out of the business. You'll consistently be in the business and you'll consistently make money. Sometimes ego comes into the picture where you're thinking you're better than the market. When that happens, then you get into trouble. Everything takes time to build. There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme. You have to learn the tricks of the trade and then money will flow. And that's, one of the lessons, I guess, that I learned from my dad. And that's, probably the most powerful lesson, I believe.
These days, Sammy is making a bundle teaching other people his techniques. He just wrote a book called Day Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom.
Now, my finances could sure use some extra dough.
Not from me. Anyways, we'll be right back with the instant ramen road test.
So, that bowl of crackers you got right there, how about we trade for this ramen?
Chicken or beef?
Chicken, of course.
No.
Alright, this week's contestant on the Pepsi Stir Music Challenge is a Boston-based band that finds its inspiration from the British invasion.
Now, with their hummable melodies and whimsical tongue-in-cheek lyrics, it turned their Liverpool quartet into a global cultural phenomenon. Now, do you know who I'm talking about?
Liverpool Quartet.
Think. Come on.
No, who?
The Beatles. Beatles.
I've heard of them. And so is Francis Kim, this week's contestant on the Pepsi Stir Music Challenge. Now, he says that his intelligent, irreverent pop music was inspired by the Beatles as well as other Brit rockers.
Now, you'll hear more from the Francis Kim Band later in our show, but to find out what's really going on, check out stirtv.com.
It's the favorite meal of broke college students everywhere.
It's the 1-minute miracle. It's ramen. But how bad is ramen for you?
And which brand actually tastes the best?
We asked a ramen professional to help us solve our mystery.
It's ramen, man.
So we're here with our resident food expert, Chef Kevin from the Sugar Bowl Bakery. So Kevin, tell me a little bit about your background and what makes you a really good expert judge for a ramen road test.
Okay, well, I went to the CIA, that's the Culinary Institute of America. I got a lot of my formal culinary training. We learned a lot of flavors, different types of flavors, what's good, what's not, Ramen, I grew up eating it straight out of the package.
Oh, the crunchy stuff.
Oh yeah, the crunchy stuff. Add a little
bit. This guy's hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay, so why does ramen have such a bad rap?
Ramen has a bad rap. The fact that it's low in nutrition and it's high in sodium.
I know that Japanese people actually have this as a regular part of their diet, and they seem pretty healthy to me. Is there anything good about this ramen?
The fact that it's cheap, it's fast, and it fills you up.
So how would you make it into a more nutritious meal? Is there things that you can add to actually make it better?
Oh yeah, sure. You can add an egg for your protein. You can add different type of vegetables, meats. Yeah, so you can add pretty much whatever you want.
Okay, great. So not all ramen, I'm told, is created equal. So Chef Kevin's gonna take us through a taste test. So here we go. So what do you think of that?
I think that's kind of bland, actually.
Kind of bland, huh?
Yeah, it doesn't really taste like anything. See, something like this, you can add more flavor, throw some salt or pepper,
Tastes like instant noodles. I think some instant crackers would go good with that.
Yeah. This one actually has a lot of flavor in it. You taste the spices.
You're right.
Yeah.
A blend of hickory and apples and
garlic.
Peach.
Yeah. Peach? Oh yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Are you tasting wine? This one's actually milder than number 2, and the noodles are a little thicker, so.
No, this is, after having number 2, I think this one pales, actually.
Yes. There's a lot of garlic in that one.
And it's also a little oily.
Yes, it's very...
but it makes it taste good.
Yeah, it
does. It just tastes like instant noodles. Kevin, I want you to give the big verdict. What was your favorite?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Great. This is what I had when I was a little kid.
Oh, so it reminds you of childhood?
Oh, yeah. The flavor is great. I mean, you could totally taste the garlic. Who doesn't like garlic, right? And that brings out all the flavors, like the mushrooms or chicken.
Right. So my favorite was actually number 2.
Yeah, number 2 was great, too.
Number 2 was good.
Yeah,
it had the flavor without the oil.
Yes.
So that's why my favorite was number 2. Now, number 1, I think it was a little bland.
I didn't like that.
Oh, that's the one I grew up with.
This one, huh?
And what about 3 and 5? They taste roughly the same. Sapporo Ichiban and Top Ramen. They're the ones who made the name in this industry. But anyways, thanks so much for joining me. And also for bringing me back to my college days. It was a lot of fun.
Hey, this brings back a lot of memories for me too.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't seen that package for a long time.
So now we know, not all ramen is created equal. Looking at all those bowls of ramen makes me still really hungry.
Hold on, Pavlov. We've got a ton in the bag.
Okay. I had a big lunch. Couldn't eat another bite.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ramen?
No, thank you. Welcome back, everybody. So this guy's Scott Oakey, right? He was born in 1948 in Seattle, where he and his siblings would actually pick strawberries and tie little fishing flies, sell them to tourists to make money for the family.
After a stint in the Air Force and getting his BA in accounting and information systems, he started his own local computer company, only to see it go bust. Then he joined a local tech concern run by a guy named Bill Gates.
I think I heard of that guy.
Yeah, a lot of people have. Anyways, he built up Microsoft's overseas division into $1 billion business.
That's right, and after a decade of working 100 hours a week and only 1 day of vacation, he decided it was time to get out.
So he sold all his stock options, retired early, and took on a new career of being an investor and philanthropist. He gave away millions of dollars every year.
That's right, and he gave it through his own foundation, Oakey Foundation.
Let's take a look. You gonna eat that?
Yes.
When I was hired at Microsoft, the company had just recently incorporated. So up until that time, they were operating as a partnership, and they had carved out a certain portion of the company to give away as stock options. And my stock option package at that time was 10,000 shares of Microsoft. Now, I had no idea what it was eventually going to be worth. I'm sure Bill Gates, to this day, had no idea what the stock was going to be worth. But you know, I was, in hindsight, it was a very fortunate day to receive stock options. Now, since that time, and again because of all of the stock splits, what at that time was a fairly nominal amount actually turned out to be quite a bit. You know, I bought a house on the lake. I bought a nice car. I love golf. I own 7 golf courses. We have a vacation home in Vail, Colorado. I have, I don't know, 5,000 cigars. I have a lot of camping gear. My wife owns a lot of shoes. I'm wealthier than I deserve. I've been blessed with the fact that I don't have to work. I don't have to have a job. So about 6 months into retirement, I sat myself down and I wrote a personal mission statement. You know, I tried to figure out what was it that was really important to me and how did I want to spend the rest of my life. And that mission statement is to marry my passion for things entrepreneurial with things philanthropic in ways that encourage others to do the same. So in 1986, we actually incorporated the Oakey Foundation on an annual basis. You know, we give away over $1 million. I have pretty much dedicated my second career, if you will, to really community service. I believe in active philanthropy. So it's not only giving money away, but it's also volunteering and investing probably something even more precious than money, which is time. I can always make more money. Right? I can always think of ways to make more money. I can't make more time. We're all confined to, you know, the 24 hours in a day. And so how we choose to spend that time is an incredibly important thing.
And now it's Sabrina with the Honda Hot List, our weekly rundown of the latest people, products, and trends that get our engines revving.
Thanks, Brian. Let's roll. Here's another Honda Hot List. Welcome to the special Money is No Object edition of the Honda Hot List, dedicated to the idea that while the best things in life are free, things that are ridiculously expensive aren't too shabby either. First up on our list, the world's most expensive car. This vintage Mercedes-Benz W196, which won back-to-back Formula One championships in 1955 and 1956. It was sold in the mid-90s for just over $24 million, and that's after a trade-in on a 92 Honda Civic. Next up, the very sexy fantasy bra, presented by Victoria's Secret as part of its 2003 lingerie fashion show. This jewel-encrusted undergarment has a 70-carat Excelsior diamond as its centerpiece. It costs over $11 million, assuming you want to spend that much on something that's supposed to be worn underneath your clothes. The third item on our list is actually a bargain as far as we're concerned. Thatch Key is one of the last undeveloped, privately held U.S. Virgin Islands. 230 gorgeous acres covered with natural beauty. The price to own your very own Caribbean island? Just $18.6 million. Our last item this week is an actual royal title, complete with castle. Buying the Lordship of the Manor of Ecrio, a tiny group of islands in the English Channel, gives you the right to call yourself Prince or Princess of Ecrio, and to grant up to 23 additional titles to your feudal subjects. That's about how many people can actually fit on Ecrio, but considering that this title has been held by 7 prior kings and queens of England, it's a steal of a deal at any price. And that's this week's Honda Hot List, the Money is No Object edition. Well, that's all the time we have today.
That's right. The beats you're hearing now are by the Francis Kim Band, the next contestant in our Stir Sound Off Music Challenge.
Each week we showcase a different Asian American band and ask you to rate their music at our website at stirtv.com.
Now, Francis started out at age 4 with a 4-string violin but has moved on to a 6-string guitar. He's been rocking out ever since.
Over our closing credits, you'll hear their thoughtful, intelligent pop, Food is Comfort, off their debut album, The Orange Concern. So be sure to log on to stirtv.com and make your vote.
Until next week, keep it real and keep stirring things up.
Bye.
See ya.
Anyone hungry?
No.
Till I forgot everything from then on. Well, I did not want to go, so it's good that I don't remember. Sucks that I was gone.